The great P.T. Barnum of Barnum and Bailey Circus was once quoted as saying, "There's a sucker born every minute." Now, P.T. Barnum had in his traveling circus a singer known as the Swedish Nightingale, Jenny Lind, and he was very much secretly in love with her. He wished to announce his love for Jenny Lind publicly, but before that he wanted to get in his very finest clothing, and he needed a haircut. So P.T. Barnum went to the local barber shop, sat down, and they were very happy to have him there, they were very honored to have him there, and began to converse with the barber. And he said, "Have you been to my circus?" And the barber said, "Yes, my mother and father took me there several times, and frankly, Mr. Barnum, they were a little disappointed." And Barnum was surprised as the barber trimmed away and said, "Why is that?" And the barber said, "Well, they thought it was all just fakery. They thought you were fooling people, and people were being paid, and people were paying to be fooled." And Barnum smiled and said, "You know, sir, people like to be fooled." And the barber said, "Oh, is that right?" "Yes." "And where are you from?" "Well, my mother and father immigrated here from Sweden, and my first few years I only spoke Swedish at home." And Barnum said, "Oh, is that right? In that case, you can help me." And the barber said, "I'll be very happy to do what I can, sir." And Barnum explained that he was enamored of Miss Jenny Lind, and he wished the barber to tell him how to say, "Jenny Lind, I love you very much," in Swedish. And the barber said, "All right, I'll do that." And Barnum said, "Well, for that you get a big tip." And the whole barber shop looked up and thought. So he brushed himself off and he said, "Here's my big tip. Stay away from fast women and slow horses." Ha 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 ha! Thank you, Mr. Barnum. So came the big evening at the circus and the big dinner where Barnum was going to announce his love for Jenny Lind. And at the optimal moment, a glass was tapped, and Barnum stood up, smiled at everyone, asked for their silence, looked over at the radiant beauty of the Swedish Nightingale, and said to her in perfect Swedish, "Miss Jenny Lind, you stink like shit." "You didn't laugh at my joke. You just tried to fuck my arm. What are you doing?" "What is he doing? What are you up to, huh? You're full of energy, aren't you, boy?" "Look how dirty I am." Look how dirty, a dirty birdie I am." "Hey, don't you bite me. You get hit back? Huh? You get hit? You want to get hit? Hey, nah." Wow.